Welcome back. As the silly season heightens, the jabs taken by members of parliament are increasing. The Member of Parliament for Soufrière Fossé Jacques Harold Stanislas, in his presentation of the 2021-2022 budget, questioned the capabilities of Philippe J. Pierre as a leader.
The current United Workers' Party administration continues to boast of strides undertaken during their tenure. In spite of the COVID-19 pandemic, the UWP administration is adamant that the St. Lucian economy is doing much better than detractors say. During his presentation at the 2021-2022 budget debate, Member of Parliament for Soufrière Fossé Jacques Harold Stanislas explained that St. Lucia continues to do better under the leadership of the UWP than the opposition St. Lucia party, even during a pandemic.
This government, Mr. Speaker, curbed the sharp rise of unemployment under the SLP and reversed the course to 16% pre-COVID, Mr. Speaker. And even today, in the midst of a pandemic, it is lower than what we found in 2016, Mr. Speaker, at 21%. We have created, Mr. Speaker, thousands of jobs in the IT sector, Mr. Speaker. During a pandemic, Mr. Speaker, many jobs were created through the infrastructural development program which this government is currently undertaking. For the past 4 years, Mr. Speaker, this UWP administration have achieved an economic growth yield of almost 11%, 2011 to 2015, just about 1.1% average by the Labour Party.
Stanislas went on to question the competence and track record of the leader of the opposition.
The political measurement for us all in this room, in this honorable chamber, Mr. Speaker, is to make measurable progress in reasonable time for our people. Obviously, Mr. Speaker, the members opposite, especially the member from Castries East, has not understood this expectation after 25 years in this honorable house. Measurable progress, Mr. Speaker. Measurable progress in reasonable time for our people. Mr. Speaker, if you haven't improved the quality of life of the people you represent after 25 years, what do you think will happen when you are responsible for a population of almost 180,000 under your watch, Mr. Speaker?
At this point, the leader of the opposition, Philippe J. Pierre, decided to respond to such claims in an exchange that necessitated intervention from the Speaker of the House.
Honorable member,
Okay.
leader of the opposition, leader of the opposition. Leader of the opposition. Leader of the opposition. Honorable members, I will have to ask every one of you to work out. The standing order provides that when the speaker is speaking, that the chamber is supposed to be silent. Let me remind honorable members that for the purposes of Hansard, we need to hear the honorable member from Soufrière.
Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Wilson.
Meanwhile, Castries South MP Dr. Ernest Tilley has lambasted the performance of National Security Minister Herman Gil Francis, stating that he has failed to live up to the promise that was seen in him. Dr. Hilaire said he once held Francis in high regard as they shared a long history of camaraderie. However, his feelings and opinions have changed.
I've said it before. I was one of those who supported him becoming minister. I mean, even before everything else, he's somebody I had a lot of regard for as a police officer and as a person that I knew. But he's been a dismal failure. He is competing with Mary Isaac as to who is the worst minister in our post-emancipation period. They are competing now.
Francis was recently named as the United Workers' Party endorsed candidate for Vieux Fort South, where he will be contending with former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony. Young women in the Mabia Valley are now more self-aware and are better able to defend themselves during cases of gender-based violence. A collaboration between King's Daughter Program and the St. Lucia Planned Parenthood Association has fostered a new level of confidence among the young women.
With the rise in gender-based violence recorded during the COVID-19 pandemic, there has been an increase in programs geared at educating young women on how to spot abusers and how to defend themselves. Women in the Mabia Valley have taken it one step further, hosting a workshop on self-awareness, parenting, and gender-based violence. Kezia Sen-Bryce is the president of the Castries Central Youth and Sports Council.
For the self-awareness, it was basically activities to help you get a better understanding of who you are, your qualities, your physical attributes, and also your characteristics as a whole. For parenting, it's basically tips and ways on how you can become a better parent. And for gender-based violence is, to stay away from situations of that sort, and if you're in such a situation, things you can do to get out of a situation like that.
For Luvia McDonald, the workshop was an opportunity to empower young women.
It was my heart desire to try to get as much as young girls of the Tenry North to give them a sense of purpose, like there is still hope, all is not lost. And I believe this workshop has taught them some good morals and values and significant purpose of being a beautiful young woman.
For Prancer Velinor, the communication skills learned will go a long way in helping her to better deal with her siblings.
The program today, I must say, was very good. I was definitely, learning so much from it. So much things could have been learned about parenting. And well, I'm not a parent, but I do have my siblings and I have my niece and my nephew also with me. So it really helped me to understand what it means to be a good parent.
The workshop was held under the theme, You Are Beautiful Beyond Your Imperfection. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
A minibus driver has found a way to make some money out of a tool that once used is normally discarded and forgotten. Using old tires, Crispian Lucien says buyers are given the perfect tool to put their green fingers to good use. Lucien expresses his belief that trash can become treasure with a little imagination.
One minibus driver on the Laclery bus stop has found a way to repurpose a tool that is always used by bus drivers and often thrown away after wear and tear. The driver, Crispian Lucien, says while he is in the habit of repurposing used tires into flower pots, the COVID-19 pandemic forced him to take his art a lot more seriously.
On the bus stop, nothing running on the bus stop. Nothing running. When you see you work for the whole day, you can bring nothing home. You see what I have to do to survive? Watch it. I have tires there, flower pots. Flower pots I have to make to try and make a money there to buy some armor bread tonight. I started doing it a long time ago, but school open, things was running, so I just drop it aside, but as you see, nothing running. And necessities of life have to facilitate. Bills have to pay. The youths in the house eating more than if they had school. So I have to try and make a money.
He says not only is his refined product a work of art, it is also environmentally friendly.
We just always have old tires, but old tires, if you bring that by your home, that just have how much mosquitoes breeding and them kind of thing. But that is a way now to prevent mosquitoes from breeding. You make a nice flower pot with that, and you plant some flowers with it. You check it and everything all right.
Lucien says thus far, the response to his innovations have been positive.
Well, certain people buying it, certain people consider they don't have space in front of the yard and all kind of thing, but it's a good thing, parsley, celery, tilonyo, all them kind of thing. When you have that and you have that by your home, you don't have to come by the market again. It's only $10 EC, not much. Only $10 EC.
He says trash really can be turned into treasure. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We'll be right back.